I mean,
Thanks, Texter. Sorry about that.
With all that being said, I think that – so I wanted to give that caveat. So when I say things like what I'm about to say, don't tweet me or call me, you don't care about everybody's safety. Yeah, look, sure, I do care about everybody's safety. For the love of God. My son went to the doctor today. He's got a real bad sore throat. Okay, so obviously I care about everybody's safety. Okay, but man, yesterday did feel like a gut punch. Man.
Oh my God!
I told it. The only way I could tell it to you was like this. I said, obviously, two totally different circumstances.
Steve, don't spend the whole show apologizing.
I know, but man, it felt like. Man, we just got banned from the tournament. Like, it was in that same vein of feeling, but obviously a different level. But I was like, can you imagine playing the Final Four in Georgia Tech's arena in front of 500 people?
Listen, I countered you. I countered you with the games are going to be like.
We're going to take John Swofford's press conference, too. It should be coming up here in a few minutes.
I said the games are going to feel like Maui Invitational games.
Yeah.
And then I countered with, you know what it felt like to me? Yesterday felt like you need a conference tournament win to ensure your tournament bid, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever, like, if you're on the first four in or the first four out and you know you need this win to ensure you're going to be, in the tournament, right?
I know, man.
And then you lost.
I know.
Right? So now you're just sitting here waiting while everybody else is punching tickets and you watching all these games. I feel like I'm watching news outlets and sports, like just waiting to get to the day of selection Sunday just so I can find out if my team's going to make it in the tournament. But I'm still mad because I lost, and I'm just like, oh, my God.
And we just don't know. I mean, I think that's the other part that's tough right now. It's just not knowing. Like, we know we're playing tonight. It looks, and we're going to hear from John Swofford. I would imagine.
We have a savage fan base that listens to this show.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely.
Do yourself a favor and don't read the text line.
That's awesome. But listen, I would assume if they're playing tonight, they're probably going to finish out the ACC tournament.
That's not true.
So
that's absolutely not true. Stop. Don't even do that today. You know what you're supposed to do today?
What?
You're supposed to treat today like it's your national championship game.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. If you lose,
yeah, that's probably it.
And the season gets canceled, the rest of the tournament gets canceled, it's gonna be the most anticlimactic ending of a season in history.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go smash Syracuse and your team looks good and just looks awesome, and then they cancel it, you're going to go into your offseason thinking, no, that was one of the Final Fours that we just kind of got some bad luck.
I know. This will be the easiest tournament loss I think I've ever watched Louisville take if they take one.
Oh,
just like
okay, so people, I'm
whatever.
I'm not gonna go like deep into this conversation, but I'm gonna kind of present something Steve said to me, and I'm kind of breaking the circle of trust with this statement.
Fair enough.
But here's the problem. He said it, and I want to die on this hill with Steve.
Okay.
Listen, people, in peak Steve Rummage anger last night,
okay, yeah.
Peak Steve Rummage anger.
I know.
You know what he said?
I can't even remember, so I'm waiting.
Steve says to me, "You know what, Marcus?" And when he does it in that voice, people, you know what I'm talking about. You can actually hear his brain chugging along and churning as he's talking about how bad his feelings are about these tournament closures. He said, and I'm never going to let him forget it because that's why I'm saying it on air. And I need to know, 8150-939. You can write this number down, 8150-939, 8150-939. Or 3831-939. I want to know, texters, YouTubers, I want to know, do you agree with this statement? Now, Steve, over the last 7-8 years, Steve has known he's been dodging these bullets.
Okay.
He's been dodging these rivalry bullets.
Okay.
Year after year after year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Every fan would agree that it's tough early tournament losses and watching your rival continue to play round after round, right?
Yes.
It's brutal, right? So Steve has been taking out faith withdrawals, sports guys withdrawals. Last night, Steve says to me, if they're not going to play with fans, this will be the year I sacrifice to Kentucky winning the championship.
Right.
Brian Hall. Oh, you got to listen to in case Swafford comes in, right?
Yeah, what's up, though?
Sorry. Okay. Last night, Steve told me, and I'm telling you, man, he was dead serious. And I want to know if you agree with this. First of all, do you agree that Louisville has been dodging bullets by Kentucky and KCD?
Sure.
Like how many years have we just sit at home and said, "Oh my God, they're gonna win it"?
Oh yeah.
Like-
I'd say a lot.
A lot, right? Every year, Steve makes promises with the sports guys, like, just God, not this year. Right? Every time he gets on his knees and says, God, not this year. Listen, you didn't let him have the 40-0. You know, you didn't the Kansas game. What other games that you called in a sports guys?
Dude,
offer?
just Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Yeah, you had North
40-0.
Carolina 40-0.
Oh, the North Carolina shot with your boy in the bar.
Yeah,
my God.
West Virginia with John
Wall.
and them. Yeah.
So put it this way. Steve said, you know what, Marcus? This will be the year that I'll cash in my check.
Yeah.
I'll let them. If they don't get the win in front of any fans at all, I'll let them have it.
If anybody watches wrestling, I was like, I'm cashing in my Kentucky money in the bank. I was like, you know what? Go. Hey, look, go win it down in Atlanta with nobody there. Job, guys. You know, little confetti gun they shoot off.
Somebody just
somebody
with the
pulls
pop
a
gun.
popper. Pop. Yeah. Let's go.
You're right. So listen, texters. First one, very colorful when he says no.
Listen, of course I don't want Kentucky to win. I don't care if they're not in front of any fans at all.
Steve, you would cash
But
in.
still, but it's like, man, if this is the year, it's like, whatever.
Okay. What would you cash in this year? What could you tolerate this year that you would not be able to tolerate?
I just don't
in most
know.
years?
It will be so hard to get pumped up for this. Like, I mean,
and here's the thing. You know me, Steve.
yeah.
I see the positives in every situation, the lessons learned, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this such a reminder of environment? So next time you think about not going to a Louisville game, think about when you had to watch basketball being played with no fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's just like the ambiance of playing in the football stadium and the big, like that's what the Final Four. That's why you want
this
the
is
Final
a championship
Four.
game tonight.
I mean, yeah, like
This is a championship game tonight.
I know.
And Syracuse looked awesome, by the way.
They did.
Golly. Steve reminded me that they were playing, and when I turned it to it, I was just like, oh, my God.
Even though I will say this, there is part of me, though, it's like the scariest thing about this team is we were scared. Look, some of these smaller teams would get rolling. Momentum's going to be taken out of these games now. There'll be a little bit, but there's not a ton
Syracuse
of momentum.
got the most momentum. They played the best.
Yeah, last night in front of fans. I'm saying
Carolina
going forward.
fans.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That still is something that can motivate you. Like I mean, now you're getting 150 tickets, period. Now,
Do you think this actual game is going to be played at 9:00 tonight?
yeah. I guess that's what John Swafford said today. So, but I think that here's what I'm going with. Louisville's talent. You take momentum out of it. Actually, now I'm going, well, maybe they won't lose to the lower teams that we're worried about them getting beat by early. Because, I mean, you take the momentum side out of it, I don't think those teams can hang with a team, the talent level. Like, I don't think there'll be anywhere the amount of upsets there's ever been. because those teams ride those waves.
Of being the lower seeded team
and the
and
place,
the crowd.
just everybody in the place rooting for you. Like they've never had that kind of like yes, So I don't think there'll be a lot of upsets. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Louisville now make a little run.
Oh man, I'm watching the highlights behind you. Syracuse and Miami. Boy, I say Syracuse, Clemson, Miami. Clemson tried to give that thing away last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just like, my goodness.
When is the first game? Actually, there's 4 really good games in the ACC today. I mean, that's what sucks about this. It's like, man, like that would be a big conversation, man. Like, geez, dude.
Okay, but let me ask you, what would you give up that no other year would you give up if you have to watch the entire tournament with no fans? Like, what terrible result would not bother you as much?
Oh, I mean, well, I think I've said it. I mean, look, Louisville gets beat early. You're going to be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, now a first weekend exit's like, whatever. I don't really care. Like,
what?
But it's hard to say because here's the thing. We've never been in this situation. So I don't know how I'm going to react. I may watch the tournament and be just as invested and be like, wow, this is not what I thought it would be at all. I'm just as like, come on, let's go.
Somebody posted the NBA live 2K or whatever. The practice sessions where you got your guys just standing on the sideline and getting your team play in, and it still looked pretty fun.
Yeah. Louisville's gonna make the Final Four and they're gonna cancel it. That would be.
You get the banner.
Oh, I would declare myself national champion.
1/4?
No, full. I bet we were going to
win. just find some way to come up with the metrics or something.
Yeah, man. Just sucks. It does suck. But I'm willing to see kind of how it goes.
How is the fan base dealing with
I don't know, because we're just in uncharted territory, man. I don't think anybody knows.
Right. Like I'm sorry I don't have a huge like, okay, we can sit here and talk about what they should do. Useless.
Yeah.
We can sit here and talk about what you would do, and we're waiting to hear Swafford, who's Brian. Are you on wait, Brian, for Swafford still?
Yeah, we're monitoring it. Right
yeah, they said he's a little behind. But I mean, man, I'm really just, I think, because I'm kind of back and forth. I'm like,
okay,
do I go out and watch the game?
Do you think they should have?
Should have what?
The games.
Yeah, unless.
I mean, I'm not putting you on, have to pick a side. Like,
yeah, I mean, up until this point, I would think so. I mean, unless
you think you could manage.
It's almost an impossible thing to answer though, because like I don't know what they know about viruses. So like I tend to say okay, let's see let's see what happens. But
I'm Brian Hall on this one. If you cancel it, I'm okay with it. If you play it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too.
But keep your keep a tight monitor on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it sucks to be like that.
I know, but I mean that's where we're at, So I don't know. I just think it'd be interesting to kind of wait.
Okay, so do you think about this game as being a regular, tournament game? Will you come around to that by game time
tonight?
Yeah, I mean, because it still feels like win or lose, you're going to be wondering about what's going to happen next anyway.
Well, we do. Well, I say no, but let me take that back. We do have the benefit of we're going to sit back, and here in a couple hours we're going to watch Florida State and Clemson go at it
at 2:00.
I think noon, 12:30 or something. Yeah. Then we're going to watch Duke and NC State. Then we're going to watch Notre Dame and Virginia so this is kind of be normal by the time we play tonight. So I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I've never watched these games like this. So that's why radio today sucks, because it's like I don't know. Do y'all know? I mean,
right? Yeah, and the phone lines are open. 8150-93.9.
Well, actually, I don't think they are right now because I think we're waiting on Swafford, and then after the press conference, we'll open them back up.
Fan Okay, as far as so you haven't decided on whether like how we're going to digest the game, like as far as
I mean,
Going out?
at this point right now, I think I'll probably go out and watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of amongst fans. That's me right now. You know, I mean,
so we're
that could
literally
change. Yeah.
hour to hour.
Yeah,
monitoring.
now I probably won't tonight because I'll be home,
Mm-hmm.
you know, doing with the baby tonight. But I mean, as far as tournament goes, how will I digest the tournament? I don't know. I mean, I talked to my buddy Clay last night. I was like, man, I guess we just get everybody together. Everybody, you know, all of our fans.
Assuming there is.
Or our friends, you know, and assuming there's a tournament, we'll probably all get together and watch it to kind of give you a little bit of extra juice, you know, watching the game. So I'll probably do that, whereas usually, you know, that's anti. I'm like, no, I watch tournament games alone or, you know, with like you maybe or something. But
Or Sweeney.
nah, I never do that again. But like, you know, maybe I watch it with a buddy of mine or something like that. But usually I'm watching them at home.
They're making fun of me. They said I made it in today. There was no sound of okay. So and all I can do is read, you know, read the text messages, read the tweets. See, you made it in today because people saw me venting on Facebook Live last night. One guy talks about the flu and the comparisons. Nobody wants to even. Nope. Everybody just wants to see what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody's just kind of waiting around.
But you do agree it was going to be impossible just to talk X's and O's.
Oh, today?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, today, yeah.
All the media members are tweeting only 25 minutes late. Like Lefko said, it's, you know, scheduled for 10 o'clock.
I mean, see, and here's the thing, like. This is why we don't.
Bozich just posted a picture of all the media sitting there.
Just
and
waiting.
he's like only 18 minutes late.
Yeah, like for this to be a unprecedented sports situation, I would think you would be able to cut Swafford some slack.
Well, he kind of. Here's the thing. I mean, people are almost just like looking over the fact he just went on Packer and Durham and said we're playing this thing. Like, so I don't know. I mean.
I understand everybody wants answers and they want more answers. What's Rudy Gobert? When you go back and see him touching all the microphones, what does that make you think?
I mean, it's kind of silly. I mean, you know, like we well, look. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, look, I have a big vacation planned in 3 weeks. You know,
and you
going to Orlando, going to Tampa or Clearwater, going to WrestleMania, all that stuff. You know, assuming some of that stuff's still happening. If that is, of course, that's fluid at this moment because, you know, I'm like, but if we are to go down there, if we do end up going down there, I mean, look, I mean, I may fall on the side. I'm letting you behind the curtain where I'm like, look, it'll be all right. But even I will still like, look, don't be rubbing on the rails and then licking your hands. Try not to, you know, like try not to touch your face as much. But look, we're gonna buy little hand sanitizers for everybody. Keep these on, you know, on the kids. Just when you come on and off a ride, stuff like that. Like I absolutely would take more precautions. So yeah, I mean,
Texas says, can they postpone March Madness?
that would be the ideal thing for me. For me, if in a Steve Rummage ideal world, the NBA would push everything
just take
back.
a soft 21 days.
Say let the NBA push everything back, do the draft and everything a month behind, just postpone March Madness and look, let's play this thing at the end of the month.
Just
you know,
like daylight savings time, just add an extra hour.
Yeah.
Add an extra 20 days.
But there's a lot to that, I understand. You've got to get arenas, so it's more than I understand that's more than just, hey, push everything back.
I mentioned this last night.
Imagine getting Ohio State in an empty arena for the tourney. That's funny.
We'd win that one, I think.
Yeah.
On some get back?
Yeah.
Or does Ohio State, like we mopped them before, we'll mop them again?
Ohio State would just, hey, we know how this feels. Actually, Ohio State may be too confident. No fans.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with no fans. Postpone it. Do you want them? Would you rather them postpone it or try to play with no fans?
Oh, postpone it, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, no, 1,000%. But I understand the logistics of that is so hard.
Yeah, but this is NCAA.
Yeah, that's true. They can do whatever they want. We know that. Can we just take a ban?
Can you refresh my statement about the ban, about everybody has to get a do-over?
Well, with like
if you
seniors should be eligible
if you cancel
again.
this tournament, you have to stop doing the FBI thing.
Yeah.
You just got to leave everybody alone.
I know.
Especially Georgia Tech didn't even have to look. Georgia Tech's not going to even face any penalties. What if they made Georgia Tech sit out next year? If this got canceled,
That would be brutal.
they would listen. Georgia Tech would take the first place in the world hates us.
Yeah.
Complaint.
Yeah.
They literally they would from this point forward. I would agree. That.
I mean, they're talking about come out today where the NBA, the commissioner of the NBA, has kind of said, look, we're probably going to come back late March, early April, just taking 3 weeks off, 3-4 weeks off here, kind of like so. And then he said they could.
Is it going to be an open recruiting period if they take 3 weeks off? Let's go get some players.
I know. Well, he said like the NBA has said they will. They might. They're going back and forth because they're saying they might just. They're deciding whether they're just going to go into the playoff or if they're just going to, what we were talking about, postpone everything and just start the season back and then finish up and just push everything back some. So the NBA is kind of back and forth with that too.
I was watching a video of Marshawn Lynch when he got suspended and he went to go play with the high school, with his high school.
I saw that.
High school.
I saw that.
You think Donovan can come play basketball with our team?
Yes. Yes.
During his time off.
Yes.
Just Trez, Donovan, Russ.
Yeah.
Just let's just do scrimmages.
Yeah.
Trez
for a month, and then let's go play the tournament. We're sharp. We're ready to go.
Okay.
I do agree with that, Texter. As soon if it comes out that any player or coach has something, it's over. It's done. Then it's like, all right, they won't do it.
They won't even postpone it?
No, I think they'll cancel the NCAA right now.
I don't know.
I think so. I think it'll just be like, yep, we're done.
This is pretty depressing.
68 teams, players, coaches, probably trainers included in that.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem. At what point do people just start saying, hey, man, if you sick, don't tell nobody. Because I want to play this thing.
I know. That's terrible. But
I mean, right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bright side. You buy Malik some time.
I know.
Every team's going to get healthy, though.
Buy Malik some.
Right? Three weeks, buy Malik a little extra time.
Get everybody healthy.
You're right.
Don't take no injuries.
Yeah, no, we're in super savage mode. Get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Josh should be ready to go. I mean, by then.
Aiden getting some extra workout.
Yeah, Aiden's ready to play. Like, it's perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
I tell you what, Brian, we're at the 30-minute mark. Let's take a quick commercial
Yeah,
break.
I'm assuming that this dude's never coming. So at this point,
939 the Ville.
are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't have virtual agents, just agents virtually everywhere in Kentucky. In fact, there's a real living, breathing Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every Kentucky county who's there to help you get back to normal after a storm or accident. Maybe someday our agents will be replaced by robots, but until then, you'll just have to settle for the same local one-on-one service from someone you know. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment, not so big on robots.
Every time you show up, every time you make your presence heard, Whether you're here for the memories that last a lifetime or the dance that happens just once a year. Whether you ride for the Cinderella or go all in for the legendary comeback. However you choose to be a fan during March Madness, you make the game.
The road to the Final Four goes through Indianapolis. The NCAA Men's Basketball Midwest Regional, March 26 and 28 at Lucas Oil Stadium. Visit ncaa.com/MBB tickets to get your seats today.
Hello, Kentuckiana. This is Greg Galliot, Executive Vice President of the Louisville Bats baseball team. I want to take a moment to tell you about my good friends at Fitness Market and Treadmill Medic. I've worked with a great team at Fitness Market and Treadmill Medic for many years now, not only for sales and service for the Louisville Bats, but for also my personal home gym. I got to know Chris and Patrick Wider and their company Treadmill Medic almost 20 years ago when we needed service for our Louisville Bats training center. Treadmill Medic not only provides the best commercial sales and service in this area, but their 2 Fitness Market retail locations can help with any home fitness needs you may have. In fact, I just added an amazing exercise bike from Fitness Market to our home family gym, and I wouldn't have gone anywhere else. I know a good team when I see one, and I encourage you to go visit the team of Fitness Market and Treadmill Medic for all of your commercial and home gym needs.
Visit Fitness Market on Westport Road just inside the Snyder, or Plantside Drive in Waterston Trail, or online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Great job, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Need a tip the afternoon session. We want to provide an opportunity to continue to compete in this tournament for our players. Our understanding and belief is that that is what they would want. It'll be under unique circumstances, and will certainly be a moment and a tournament that those players will remember for unusual reasons. A tournament that you will remember because you'll be covering one unlike any other. A tournament that I'll remember because I've certainly never seen one like this or a situation like this. Over the past 2 to 3 weeks, we as a league have been in almost constant conversations with the health authorities locally and in the state of North Carolina, with the CDC, and with the NCAA. And that has, those conversations and the advice that we have been given has changed along the way, as you well know. We try to make the best decisions we can make based on the best information that we can get at the time we make those decisions. And I think we have done that. But with a situation that is as fluid as this one seems to be now on a daily and sometimes hourly basis, that gets to be more and more challenging. We had thought going into this tournament that once the decision was made to play, we would have the opportunity to complete the tournament. As it has turned out, obviously that opportunity did not happen. We've had to make adjustments. Hopefully we won't have to make another adjustment during the next few days, but if it is deemed appropriate to do so and necessary to do so, we would do so. That's the type of fluid situation that we're in. We want the environment that the players will play in today to be as good as it can be, given the circumstances. And that's what we've tried, that's what we'll be trying to create. But obviously it will be different. The most important aspect to this is the protection of fans and anybody associated with this particular tournament, as well as the greater population. And as I've said, going about that in the most appropriate way has changed and could possibly change again. And what the NCAA is doing next week could possibly change again. So this is something that's much bigger than this tournament, much broader than this locale, because it's worldwide. And as I said, something we haven't faced in our lifetime. So let me stop there. I will tell you the way we make decisions in our league generally is by consensus. That's the way I like to operate. It's the way I've tried to operate for 23 years now. And it's worked for us. I think we have an excellent culture in the league of trust. And that comes in really handy when you have a crisis situation, and this is a crisis situation. We speak with regularity with our athletics directors and presidents, as we did yesterday. If we need to do so again, we will do that on a daily basis as we move forward. And obviously this won't stop with this particular tournament, because we will move forward in terms of the spring sports and their regular season competition and our ACC championship events. So we'll be making determinations on that. We've already had several discussions on that, and we'll move quickly on those decisions as well. I said I was going to stop, so I should stop. Any questions you have?
Take questions. Start down here.
What does this mean for Greensboro in terms of getting a tournament in the future? Would the city have priority for any future bids?
I don't know the answer to that. We haven't really discussed that. On a personal basis, my heart bleeds for Greensboro. What we have, the decision that we have made will have quite an impact on this city. And this is where we were founded. This is where we live. This is where 27 ACC men's tournaments have been played, and 20 or so women's tournaments as well, and a lot of NCAA first and second rounds, and even Final Fours. So there's a tremendous basketball history. This town loves the ACC. This town loves college basketball. So I feel for the impact on the city.
Go back here, Mike.
The NBA has suspended its season until further notice. What's the difference between the decision being made by the major conferences now and the NBA and other professional sports organizations? Is it because the college sports right now are heading into their postseason and this is where you make a lot of money?
No, I wouldn't say it's because of that. I'd say it's because the NBA made the decision when one of their players contracted the virus. I think that's the biggest difference. What we have to look at, I think, is should you make that decision before one of your players contracts the virus? I don't know the answer to that right now. But that's one of the tough questions that's there that you weigh as you evaluate all this.
David.
John, Mark Emmert announced his decision regarding the NCAA tournament yesterday about 4:15, and then you guys followed suit. Was there any consideration into closing the doors last night, and if not, why?
I received an email from Mark Emmert at 4:35 yesterday, telling us what the NCAA had done yesterday afternoon. I immediately set up a call with the other 4 commissioners, and I immediately set up a separate call with our athletic directors and our presidents. And both were fruitful, both were extraordinarily helpful. And on our call with the presidents and ADs was when there was full consensus that we should play last night. It was too close to the doors opening, and we would be creating more problems than we would be solving by not playing last night. So that's why we played last night. And then we turned our attention to today and what we excuse me, should do today. And we had a full consensus after a long discussion that we should proceed under a similar basis as to what the NCAA had indicated it would do during its tournament. It was also evident that the other A5 conferences were leaning in that direction and intended to do the same. I also called Val Ackerman at the Big East, who's a trusted colleague, and they have a great tournament, as the ACC does. Had a conversation with her, and the same conclusions came from that conversation, as well as Bernie Beglade, who used to work here, and many of you know, who's at the A10. So there's a lot of discussion and playing off each other and relying on each other as these kinds of decisions are made, because we're all striving to do the right thing at the right time.
Down here in front, Adam.
Since this is a public health issue, you said earlier that the NBA canceled games because one of their players tested positive. Is that too late at that point? So we don't know if players have this virus? Is waiting for somebody to test positive too late?
Fair question, and I don't know the answer to that. It's probably a really easy answer to have after the fact. We're in a situation where we don't get to make decisions. there's risk in everything, every, you know, every.
We're having it like their feed went down.
Is there a protocol in place either from the?
No, it was like the. I was trying to fix it.
If a player or coach or any participant is exhibiting any coughing or anything like that, is there anything like predetermined protocol that every team has to abide by, or is it a case-by-case basis?
Oh, I'm fully confident our medical people that are with our teams know fully well what to do with that if that arises.
Go next down here to Ed.
John, as the decision was being made yesterday afternoon, with all
That to-do list you
Director
have needs one more.
Of State Health Affairs, Betsy Tilson. We've had numerous conversations with her, 2 yesterday. The governor was actually here yesterday morning for a brunch, then left, but spoke with him during that time as well. We had the benefit of the NCAA's Medical Advisory Committee. We had that information. So we're not going to make medical decisions in a vacuum without relying on medical people. And I didn't mention all those calls. All those calls were a part of, you know, getting this all done. And you know, some people want those decisions made within about 5 minutes. It doesn't happen that way. But the appropriate medical people continued to be involved. That was just a continuation. There was also some, I don't remember the name, but in Congress yesterday, another expert, medical expert, testifying about the virus that came forward to us as well.
Down here on our right.
Yeah. John, has there been any discussion, concern of administrators at a specific school not wanting their athletes to play and withdrawing their team? And if that happens, how would the league proceed?
We have not had that happen. It hasn't come up at this point in time. You know, if it did, I don't know that I can tell you in advance of what we would do, but we would obviously need to address it and address it very quickly.
We're here on our left.
John, I realize the tournament is taking up a lot of your decision-making time right now, and you mentioned there have been spring sports conversations. Is there any reason at this point NC State just announced that they're basically following the same protocols as we are here now for their spring sports? Is there any reason at this point to expect that spring sports would proceed as normal, and what in your mind would lead to canceling the spring season altogether as the Ivy League has done?
Well, we haven't talked about canceling the season as the Ivy League has done at this point. It could come into consideration determined by what the virus turns out to be. You know, that's why all of this is so fluid, day to day or week to week, because we don't know. You know, that is one foggy crystal ball in terms of what our country and the world is going to be dealing with over the next however long, which I think means that we will continue to make decisions that we hope are the right ones, but they may need to be adjusted fairly frequently.
Back to David.
John, based on your timeline as to when you all heard from Mark Emmert yesterday, it sounds like you and your fellow commissioners were left kind of scrambling after the NCAA's announcement. Does this highlight college basketball's need for more central leadership, a so-called commissioner for the sport?
David, I don't know in a crisis situation like this if it, I don't know that you translate that to the normal operational aspects of college basketball. I have for a number of years liked the idea of a basketball commissioner per se. And Danny Gavitt does a tremendous job in his current role, but his role has parameters. Could that help? I think it generally could help, and therefore, when there's something like this, and there's never been anything like this, so I don't think we normally, we all of a sudden think, well, we have to develop a structure that is built around this being normal, but you do have to have a structure that's built to effectively manage crises when they happen. And not to say that this is mismanaged, I'm not saying that. The NCAA's action yesterday was surprising at the time that it happened, although we had some anticipation that the tournament itself may well be altered by that point in time. So it's really probably just the timing, and as I said earlier, the timing with the way this is evolving can't be helped. So we're all trying to do the best we can with something that you can't relate any of your past experiences to in reality. Somebody asked me earlier, the only thing I can think of, and it's really not the same, it's just an extraordinary crisis, was my first year as the AD at North Carolina, and we played in the Final Four in the national championship game against Indiana. And we left the hotel, and by the time we got to the arena, President Reagan had been shot. And there was an immediate and long set of meetings with Walter Byers and Art Watson, who was the president of NBC Sports, and Bill Friday, and I, and the representatives from Indiana. And Dean Smith and Bobby Knight were outside the door wanting in to plead their case, and they weren't allowed in. But that was pretty sobering when you're sitting there and you don't know whether a president who has just been shot is going to live or die. And you're trying to determine whether you're going to play a national championship basketball game or not. Things like that and things like this, which could affect a multitude of people, it puts things in perspective. As much as we love this sport and all college sports, this will sober you up. Because the most important thing now is the well-being of our citizens. And what we have to try and do is continue to try and make appropriate decisions that are reasonable and responsible and hopefully in the best interest of helping do just that.
That's it for today. We're coming up on the 11 o'clock hour. I'm sorry that we didn't get to all questions. I'm not sure we would have been able to do so, but I appreciate everybody being here and your patience and getting us Commissioner off the call earlier. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
That was ACC Commissioner John Swofford, who was sitting down with the media in Greensboro, North Carolina. And it seems that the ACC tournament will go on as planned, just without an audience. And we'll be back here after this break. Marcus and Steve will join you. We'll take your thoughts after this. Thanks.
Results may vary. See website for details. 2020 is here, and so is finally having 2020 vision. Now is the time to get your free LASIK exam at Jaffe LASIK to see if LASIK is right for you. LASIK can be a life changer, literally giving you 2020 vision in minutes. Don't wait any longer, because it's by far the best time to see if LASIK can work for you. That's right. If you're looking for LASIK in Louisville, Jaffe Custom LASIK has advanced custom LASIK technology, and now for the best price of just $295 per eye. Jaffe is the choice for fast, easy, and affordable LASIK. Jaffe LASIK can correct nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism. And now for the best price of just $295 per eye in Louisville. Start your 2020 with 2020 vision. Schedule your free LASIK exam today to see if LASIK is right for you. Dial ** 2020 or visit JaffeLASIK.com. Call and schedule your free LASIK exam. Just dial ** 2020 on your mobile phone now or visit JaffeLASIK.com. Dial ** 2020. The exam is absolutely free. Just dial ** 2020 on your mobile phone now. That's ** 2020. Dial ** 2020.
It's conference tournament time. Who's going to be representing the Big Ten in March Mania? DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, can get you in on all the college hoops action. As the madness begins, DraftKings Sportsbook has great promos and odds boosts happening all week. DraftKings Sportsbook is a safe and secure betting app. You can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. It's no wonder DraftKings Sportsbook is America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WLCL. For a limited time, all new users can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's code WLCL. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Must be 21 or older, Indiana only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Somewhere out there, there's a man on a park bench eating his 500th PB&J. He has no idea Papa John's has new Papadillas that are way better than a boring sandwich. With Papa John's best meats, cheeses, and veggies hand-folded into a crispy flatbread crust. Someone better tell that man. Get a new Papadilla in 1 of 4 flavors for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you...
So what do we do now? I just changed the sound. I think we're just
This is Luke Hancock. As a financial advisor with ClearPath Financial and Raymond James, we recognize each person, family, or business.
What do y'all think? Do we sit here and talk about Donovan? Do we sit here and talk about Rudy Gobert? I'm definitely going to Twitter and seeing what.
Finances can be complex, but it doesn't have to feel like brain surgery or a foreign language.
Wait. Oh, okay. I was just making sure the sound was there.
high standard of using superior quality natural ingredients is how we make Four Roses. But if you'd like to know why we make Four Roses, invite your favorite friends over for dinner and conversation. And take a sip. FourRosesBourbon.com. Be mellow. Be responsible. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update. Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by Wing Zone. Try the ESPN Louisville special.
I see you text her. Yeah.
Yesterday, as the NCAA announced that March Madness
I think we're just going to read Rudy Gobert tweets the whole time.
tournaments, all of the NCAA men's and women's tournament. The NBA also made a decision to suspend play after Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert tested positive for the coronavirus. The ACC tournament will go on as planned, just without an audience today. Last night, the Syracuse Orange pulled off an 81-53 win over North Carolina to set up the Cards matchup today. Louisville and the Orange are set to tip off at 9 p.m. You can catch that game on ESPN for TV. Be sure to catch all of our pregame coverage starting around 8 p.m. leading you all the way up to game time. Immediately following the game for the postgame show. CBS Sports' Chip Patterson was on the midday rush yesterday on our sister station ESPN 680, and he talked about Louisville's chances in the tournament.
I wonder if that 10-game winning streak is sort of specifically that Virginia game at the end of it. Like, I wonder if that was the best basketball. It certainly is the best basketball that we've seen.
I know.
Rudy, it's like, bro, people are just pissed right now, and you know what you are. You know what Rudy Gobert is.
In the country for the top moment, but you were unable to recapture that.
Last night, the Indiana Hoosiers pulled off an 89-64 win over Nebraska, where Nebraska head coach Fred Hoiberg looked sick on the sideline and left the game to go to the hospital. IU moves on in the Big Ten tournament and will face Penn State tonight at 8:55 p.m., and you'll be able to catch that on the Big Ten Network. The SEC tournament kicked off yesterday, and the Kentucky Wildcats still await their opponent in the SEC quarterfinals on Friday at 1 p.m., and they will play the winner of today's matchup between Tennessee and Alabama, which is set to tip off at 1 p.m. And last but certainly not least, Louisville baseball improves to 13-4 on the year with a 13-3 win over Chicago State yesterday. The Cards kick off a 3-game series with Notre Dame tomorrow at Jim Patterson Stadium. The first pitch for Friday's game is set for 6 p.m., and you'll be able to catch it right here on 93.9 The Ville. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
We are on the verge of the madness that this month brings, but don't let your heating or cooling system make you mad. If you have any issues, call who I call, the DFH Company. Purchase a complete Train comfort system from DFH Company and get your choice of 12-month special financing or a whole house air cleaner or a Wi-Fi controlled thermostat. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions subject to credit approval. This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Okay, now you've gone and done it. Rudy, gotta have a talk. You've gone and infected Donovan Mitchell.
Not cool, bro.
With your reckless behavior in the locker room, your careless touching of everybody's personal items has labeled you the number one outcast of the NBA.
Yeah, not cool, man. Not cool at all.
Let's go to Twitter. Let's type in Rudy Gobert. Okay, here we go. Rudy needs to be fined. Rudy Gobert. The only good one in the Misfits is Rudy. We're clowning Rudy, patient zero. We'll watch him lead the league in points next season, and no one will mark him up.
He's got like a superhuman thing.
Oh man,
I know, man. Look. Hey, let's talk a little bit. If you heard the press conference, John Swafford said
they said his nickname is Patient Zero from now on. Jackass.
Jeez. Listen, John Swafford said in the press conference, as you heard, the ACC tournament will go on today. So we will have games. But are you getting the vibe, Marcus, that we're just waiting on the announcement to cancel the tournament? Like B-Hall, like if it does feel like that it's not so much if they're going to cancel, but just when. Like, I kind of think that's where we're headed on this.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. So.
Don't give me that look.
So this is Middays with Marcus Maven. 93.9 The Ville.
I mean, what do you want me to?
Yeah, it's a great show.
This is tough today, y'all.
I know. I mean, it sucks. But like I get if it's necessary.
This is the toughest day I've done of radio in my life.
Me too. I agree because there's not a lot you can do here. I mean, if it's necessary, okay. Which it seems.
Say hello to summer radio next week.
You said something.
Mount Rushmore of Louisville basketball.
You said something during the break. Actually, I'll give the disclaimer for you, so you don't have to. Maybe the recognition of Donovan Mitchell, over the next, let's say over the course of the next 10 days.
Yes.
The Donovan Mitchell name is so popular.
Yeah.
That if we physically see him with our own eyes over 10 days, he has it. He's taking care,
No, absolutely.
He tweets. He says, hey, guys, this is day 2. This is day 3. Day 4, I'm feeling fine.
Yeah.
No,
listen, what you're saying, it's not uncomfortable to say. I think there is something to that now that you got guys like Tom Hanks. Okay, Tom Hanks had it. Tom Hanks tweeted out, look, this is how I feel. I'm kind of. I think
my wife had some chills. I felt a little fever, but
I'm not downplaying it because this can be serious with people. Like I said, man. I mean,
people with.
Listen, my son has asthma. He had a sore throat this morning. Like I made some jokes with Marcus, but at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, make sure you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, no, it's a serious thing when you do have, or if you're older. But I do think what you're saying is not uncomfortable. Us being able to see people go through something like that, I think will help us to say, okay, all right, this is actually what's happening. I think it's fair.
Birdhead and Ryan, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, guys? So, I brought this up this morning on the Diener show that it's going to be a case study, basically, with Utah and the Utah Jazz and how many players get in. Donovan Mitchell now is tested positive, and the other players have tested negative, but it doesn't mean that they don't have it. It could take 3 to 5 days before it comes back positive. I mean, one test is not going to, set them clear.
Sure.
But you made a great point on, Donovan has been outspoken and, he's well liked, I feel like, with a lot of people. And if he takes this and chronicles his journey through this, it could put a lot of people at ease. I'm not concerned about the Jazz players, dying from this because they're healthy. And healthy people can get through this. The problem is how quickly this can spread without us knowing it, and that's what is concerning to a lot of people. Because in the time that, Rudy contracted the virus, and then today, how many players have they, or how many have they touched? How many autographs have they signed? How many players on other teams have they, vote up against? There are so many. That's what's the worrisome part of this whole deal is this thing could spread without us knowing it, and that's why this whole containment deal is happening. So I like your point on Donovan. I hope that he does do that. But people just need to take this a little more serious than they are. And unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to see another basketball game being played. I really don't. I don't think they're going to play the games tonight. They may play the games this afternoon, but I don't see it being a March Madness after what just happened with Utah. Take care, guys.
No, listen, I appreciate the call. I'll say this. I could hear your urgency, Birdhead Ryan. I think people like okay, we'll say right and left, right? We'll use a better phrase. People who are high level of concern versus people who seem to be low level of concern.
Mm-hmm.
I think the words are getting mixed up. People of high level concern, like Birdhead Ryan, who say people of low level concern need to take this more serious. I think people who seem like the side of low level concern, this is how germs pass through the world. Like every movie we know germs pass. We've talked about how money has crossed the planet.
Mm-hmm.
A dollar bill has crossed the world.
Yeah.
Germs move through Earth. And I think the people who seem low panicked are the people who already know, who everybody knows this. Everybody knows what Birdhead Brian just said. Money's exchanged, people touch hands, people, germs spread. Now, Mark, hey Brian, if you can see him.
Do I? Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody has always known that germs spread, right? So I just think some people who seem relaxed are like, yeah, okay, this is a germ, that spreads. We seem to have the technology, to like I say, to get the 90 whatever % survival rate.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, I still think they're taking it serious.
Yeah.
And this is nothing against the people who are high level intensity, because every movie you ever watched is the high level bad case, worst case scenario. So I think we all have the same empathy. We all have the same empathy for the situation, but it's just expressed differently. So it seems like we have two sides. I don't think everybody is on opposite spectrums. Like you can pick out a comment that somebody makes on Twitter and then attack them.
Well, some people just want to argue. You forget Twitter. If you're a high-strung political argument guy or girl, or then you're going to be high-strung coronavirus argument.
That's a good,
it's like.
That's a good. Reggie, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Oh, man, what's up, fellas, man? Hey, I don't know what is going on with 2020, man. We might need to throw this whole year away.
My gosh, man.
Dang on virus is affecting people and stuff. Man, all I can say, man, is, wash your hands, cover your mouth. I'm pretty sure y'all know, back in the day when you was younger, you sneeze, your granny looked at you like, boy, you better cover your mouth. Put your hands on your mouth, man. Look, hey, just stay healthy, folks. I'm not too much worried about it, but I think some of it's overreaction. We just need to take care of ourselves better. Y'all have a good day. So.
Oh, listen.
All right, man.
Appreciate the call.
Listen, Donovan gets it, and all of a sudden we got.
Listen, everybody who was watching the YouTube, they were laughing about us. It just got real when Donovan got
it. We started Clorox and everything. Like, hey, y'all don't stop playing.
We need to look at the.
Somebody said Diener licked the microphone yesterday.
I heard something about. I was listening.
Why did Diener lick the microphone?
That was an accident, right?
No.
Process. He actually licked his microphone.
He had to prove a point. Dead air.
I know. Yeah. No, we're still on the air. Yeah, we're just.
He didn't lick the microphone.
Process said he did. Process would know. That's a guy. Wait, you ain't never licked the microphone? You ain't never just take this thing off your mouth? This little cover we got.
You know what's you and I are we still the only ones who bring microphone covers in?
Yes.
Yeah, so he had to prove a point. He's like, I'm going to lick this microphone. Ready? And then he just kind of did it.
Drew.
And he's like, it tastes like Lysol.
Drew. To your point, Steve, to your point, you said Drew Diener is Rudy Gobert when Drew Diener was getting on VJ King.
Yeah, it was just such wrong. It was such bad timing. It's like when he tweeted about VJ, it was like, look, It's not that people even really disagree.
Right,
It's
just not today.
the worst timing. Like as we're getting beat by Kentucky, it's like it's just really bad timing, man.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna wipe it down.
Nate, thanks
there
for
it is.
joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Steve, I guess you made it off Dixie all right, buddy?
I did, man. It was look, it was a good time, man. Good people over there.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah, yeah. But, we just, a lot of times the outsiders, they give them a hard time. So that's why I was just saying, if somebody gives you some crap, well, you just call me.
Well, I appreciate that, Nate. Thank you.
Hey, listen, I need to make a quick public service announcement.
All right.
Okay? Because over here, Mama went to the grocery store the other day because we are out of toilet paper. Okay? Now, we're not out. We have like a couple rolls left. We got an emergency stash. But Mama said almost all the toilet paper's gone. And I need y'all to, not you guys, but I need everybody listening to realize toilet paper ain't got nothing to do with the coronavirus. Ain't no need for y'all to be riding around buying up all the toilet paper. It's like it makes no sense. And I guarantee it's something stupid. Like somebody just saw somebody buying 2 things of toilet paper and they're like, oh, God, I better get some toilet paper. It's like the bread and the milk. And I think the reason dumb stuff like this happens, let's swap this up. Let's say all this stuff's coming out.
Okay.
Well, let's say I'm a doctor. Well, I go over and I'm going to buy 4 snow cones because I got me and Mama and I got my 2 little kids. And I buy 4 snow cones. Well, one of my patients is like, oh, man, I just seen my doctor buying snow cones. I better buy snow cones. Well, you know it. Whole city sold out snow cones. Snow cones ain't got nothing to do with coronavirus. Neither does toilet paper. Y'all leave it alone.
So what are you going to do?
People in need. They need toilet paper and they can't get none because some joker's hoarding it in the garage.
Cut up rags.
Hey, yeah, I've seen on Facebook there's all kind of UK T-shirts at Walmart. Worst case scenario, buy you 2 of them.
On principle.
Yeah, you get in the shower for free, soap and water, all kinds of it. That's enough. I'm upset about the no basketball, not being able to go watch basketball. I'm upset.
I know, man.
We all are.
We all are,
man.
man.
I appreciate the call.
Are you going to stop by Kroger?
For me?
Because here's the problem. I'm not freaking out as far as I need to go buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also like, okay, what if they shut the restaurants down or something? It's like I got to eat. So I'm like thinking, okay, how much do we got at the house?
I need a diet anyway.
I know, man. Look, Andy said that Drew said he was going to lick the handrails in Greensboro. What's he doing?
Rudy Gobert in it?
What's he doing? Drewy Gobert?
Drew probably invested in some company that he hopes he's rooting for the spread. No, the other day, actually, probably about 2 days ago, I went to Walmart like 12:30 at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were just putting out big boxes of toilet paper. And here's the thing, I'm a dude and I live alone, so my toilet paper stash lasts me for the rest of the year.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, dudes don't quite eat toilet paper like women do.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I'm not afraid to cut up some wash rags. Like,
just don't even make any imagery. Malcolm, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, Steve, there's no WrestleMania. I guarantee you that.
You're probably right.
Hey, Steve, you ain't gonna get. Remember how you said you gonna drive over here if it ain't no Final Four? You ain't gonna be able to drive nowhere but your home.
I know. That's a fact, man. That is what it's looking like, man.
I want to ask you on Marcus a question. This is off of basketball. You think the Derby going to be shut down? Because I'm like Brian. A lot of international people going to be coming in there, and a lot of them probably have it and play it off and then say they ain't got it. Then come and give it to you. That's one of the biggest events in North America is Kentucky Derby. It's like the Super Bowl, etc. So you think that got a chance of being shut down by being so close to Thunder Over River, which is April the 18th?
Now, this is what I think. First, this is my first uninformed opinion. I think Thunder has no chance.
Sure, I agree.
I think Derby is about a 12 to 18% chance.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I tend to agree with you. Yeah, because this stuff, man, Look, if this really is a thing where then they really are going to have to just kind of like shut everything down for a few weeks or a month
And
or
that's
so.
a few weeks is best case scenario.
Yeah.
Again, the Donovan Mitchell experience is going to either make people, more worked up, or like I said, or they might start doing risk assessment attendance.
Yeah.
We request that people, that some people exclude themselves from public gatherings.
Or get tests and do. We were talking. There's what some countries have done is they test you as you come in the door. Like just
check you for any symptoms.
Yeah, we have to eliminate this, and I do get that. I do get that part of it.
Yeah, and here's the thing, it's going to be either there's going to be two ways to address it. Either you're going to try to stop it and stomp it out cold turkey, or you're going to realize that this virus is going to be around and you're going to wean out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be not resilient. You're just going to be just try to get the virus to wean off. Everybody's going to be a little better about their cleanliness or whatever.
I know.
And you just kind of go from there, and then but those to me, those are the only two ways to try to are you going to keep on lockdown until there are absolutely zero cases? Now, if that's the case, we're gonna be down a while.
Yeah,
sports will be down a while if you're trying to wipe it out.
Yeah, look, it's bad. Look at me. You know what I'm over here doing today? I'm keeping up with Tampa Bay news because they're talking about. They said they don't have an immediate.
He's worried about WrestleMania.
They don't have they're like, we don't have to take immediate action for events week down the road because see, WrestleMania is still. We're talking 3.5 weeks away, 4 weeks away. So I'm like, listen, but you know what you can get today? You can still
Cheer
get
me up, Steve.
Wing Zone. So thanks to Adam and his staff for dropping off Wing Zone catering to the studios.
You were happy about that.
This is my day. You love which I love Wing Zone. Try the ESPN special, 10 boneless wings, wedges, and a drink for just $9.39. That's good for 7 days a week. Watch the games at home or have Wing Zone delivered to you. If you don't want to go out, Wing Zone will deliver your wings to you. So that may be a thing. Some people may be like, look, I'm trying to watch some games, but I don't really want to go out because I don't want to get coronavirus. That's fine. They'll risk it and bring it to you. So you can do that. Order online at wingzone.com, and they have 2 area Louisville locations at Hikes Point and Hess Lane near U of L.
I'm going to ask a very immature question. Brian, you seem like you might just know something about this that I don't. And this is a total stretch. Do you remember the movie Demolition Man?
Of course.
You remember how they used to shake hands or not shake hands?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sylvester Stallone didn't understand the seashells, the 3 shells.
Yeah.
I never really got the joke on that one. Is that the joke? Like the fact that nobody understands? Like when they talked about going to the bathroom and he was like, there was 3 shells, and they were like, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells or the 3 shells.
I got a good movie reference, and I'll say that I got this from Twitter last night, but it was Space Jam. You remember when the Monstars steal all the Charles Barkley and all their Larry Johnson and Muggsy Bogues, like their ability, and the NBA like shuts down, and they say that they have some kind of germ or thing that they can't figure out what it is, but they have to shut it down because players are getting infected. It's very similar.
Okay, so are you going to answer my question about the shells?
The shells, I think it's spot on what you're talking about.
Do you
how people don't understand,
Oh, so that's the joke. Like nobody's supposed to understand what the shells were about in Demolition Man.
I don't really remember exactly what the shells is that you're talking about though.
All right.
I remember Demolition Man, but the shells escaping me.
Does anybody know what the shells were about?
This is radio for the next 3 weeks. Are y'all ready for this?
Weeks,
months, years.
No. Listen, I knew today was going to be a fumbling day. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wasn't going to move on to
uncertainty.
Yeah. I wasn't going to move on to Scott Satterfield and spring practices.
Oh, that's
and
canceled
rosters.
too, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Well, I know Ohio State and Michigan canceled their spring football games.
Oh, the spring games, but not
Yeah.
practices.
Yeah.
But not practices?
Do we got practice?
Yeah. They don't cancel. They're not going to cancel.
I mean, you're
spring
talking about
practice, are they?
practice.
I know.
I hope y'all are working that hard. Let's take our last commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
Here's a word of advice for guys about ready to pop the question. She's hoping for a world-class designer ring in today's styles like she's seen in the bridal magazines and on Pinterest. Names like Tacori, Viraggio, Simon G. And these are the rings you will find at Genesis Diamonds. But not every store is allowed to carry these exclusive designers. So they'll try to convince you to go with their own house brand designers with so-called new and exciting looks. The problem is, what's new and exciting for them was new and exciting at Genesis 5 years ago. They're still playing catch-up, while Genesis is on the cutting edge with innovative, creative designs, rings that are original, unique, and trend-setting. And while the other store mass produces their knockoffs, every designer ring at Genesis is handcrafted right here in the USA. Guys, don't make her settle for a fast food kind of a ring. Get her one she'll be proud to show off for decades to come. Genesis Diamonds, your exclusive home for all the world-class bridal designers in America today. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Guys, it's time to shake off that winter rust and get outside for a round at Wooded View Golf Course and Driving Range in Clarksville, Indiana. Located minutes from downtown Louisville and just off I-65, Wooded View is convenient and affordable. Save even more right now with our new midday and twilight specials. You won't find a better value anywhere else. Schedule your tee time online today at woodedviewgc.com. Again, that's woodedviewgc.com.
Cletus, you're up next. Go.
Thank you for taking my call. This is Cletus from Possum Holler. I want to call and say one thing. I love Wing Zone. Wing Zone delivers wings right to my door just in time for me to watch my cats dominate the SEC. Wing Zone has 17 amazing flavors, including the new Nashville Hot Barbecue, which I don't like Nashville because it's in Tennessee, but damn it, that sauce is good. Don't forget to try the thigh wings too. Order online at wingzone.com. Go Cats, go Cal, and go Wing Zone. I'll hang up and listen.
Walk through history, char a barrel, and drink a cocktail. At Old Forester, we are far from your average tour. Experience the history of the only bourbon sold continuously for 150 years before, during, and after Prohibition. Old Forester Distilling Company offers tours and tastings Tuesday through Saturday at its home on Whiskey Row, 119 West Main Street. Follow the path of America's first bottled bourbon from grain to glass and see barrels handmade and fired in the on-site cooperage. Visit George's Bar at Old Forester Distilling Company, offering craft cocktails and flights from America's first bottled bourbon Tuesday through Saturday. Experience the history and production of bourbon in an immersive experience that's unlike any other at Old Forester Distilling Company, located on Whiskey Row at 119 West Main Street. Follow the path of the first bottled bourbon from grain to distillation to barreling, aging, and bottling. Following your tour, stop in George's Bar for a cocktail or flight of America's first bottled bourbon. Book your tour online today at oldforester.com. That's oldforester.com.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand. From the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a five-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago, I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com, that's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
Andrew Bosch here with Bosch Lawn Care. Louisville, you know what time it is. Basketball, brackets, and getting out of work. What's not on the agenda is cleaning up the yard and getting ready for spring. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back with friends enjoying everything that is college basketball. Schedule your spring cleanup now before Selection Sunday, March 15th, and receive 20% off. Prices starting at $199. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288 or visit us online at BoschLawnCare.com. Professional, affordable, and your way of getting out of yard work this March, Bosch Lawn Care.
Message and data rates may apply up to 5 messages a month.
Hi, I'm Drew Green, CEO of Indochino. It surprises me how many men don't consider custom when they're looking for a suit. At Indochino, you can create a custom suit that fits your body, personality, and style perfectly. Here's how it works. You'll choose from over 100 different customizations to find what suits you best. You choose everything from the fabric and lining to the shape of the lapels and pockets to even creating your own monogram. Then it's made to your exact measurements, so it fits you like a glove. It's important to me that everyone can afford the incredible experience of wearing a custom suit, so I make sure our prices are exceptional. Here's a special offer to create a suit that fits everything about you.
Create a custom suit at Indochino from only $399. All customizations included. And right now, get $25 off your first suit when you text DETAIL to 64,000. That's $25 off your first suit when you text DETAIL to 64,000.
Indochino, made for you.
With same-day pickup and delivery, you know who really loves fresh food? Amateur chefs, salad lovers, barbecuers, smorgasborders, hors d'oeuvres, fondue and flambeurs, midnight snackers, brown baggers, bakers, and throw it in the microwavers. At Kroger, you can get all the fresh you want at a great price with same-day pickup and delivery. Because we believe in fresh for everyone.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. Holding on the line, Philly Carl. Fire away, my man.
Man, I got two things, man. First, man, I know I listen to all y'all shows, man. So this morning I heard Dana tell a dude, he said, no, you need to pay attention more to the live show and don't worry about what's going on in the back. I said, oh, man, this Devo dropped the mic style. So that started my morning.
Really?
Off right. Yeah, man, that's what I told Brian. I said, did you hear Dana this morning? He clocked out on dude on his, for not paying attention because he didn't drop the phone line like he was supposed to. So that made my morning. So, but no, Marcus, it's crazy because I was watching Demolition Man some months ago. So I had already looked it up. The same thing. The 3 shells before is crazy. The writers intended it. The 2 shells you take and you're supposed to grab the waist as it come out, and the 3rd shell is you're supposed to use to clean your tail. So that's how the writers intended. I looked that up like a little while ago because when I watched Demolition Man, it made me what is that for?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
am I missing the joke, or they obviously wanted it to have some kind of explanation, but yeah, well, you actually looked that up?
Yeah, so it's on YouTube. You could probably still look it up now, man. The 2 shells, you grab the waist. This is what the writers intended, and the 3rd shell is supposed to be the cleaner. So that's how the writers intended it.
But I appreciate I appreciate the clarification,
awesome.
Philly.
Y'all are the best.
Yeah, I mean you don't know the movie?
I know the movie. I haven't watched it, but yeah, I know. Isn't it Sylvester Stallone?
And Mamadou Diakite.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So you didn't get that reference when people were calling Mamadou Diakite Demolition Man.
No.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Wesley Snipes. DJ from Texas, thanks for joining us on 93.9.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? I know I ain't been on in a minute, just licking my wounds, but I just got that breaking news about Donovan Mitchell, man. My heart goes out to him, his family, and anyone who ever came in contact with him because, this corona thing has just got real now. So Godspeed to, him, his family, and anyone else. And to anyone else that's been affected by this coronavirus, because we get ready to do some things here on our side at our job and where my daughter worked that I've never even heard of before. So it's getting real. It is real. And, take care of yourself. Do everything you can to keep yourself clean or whatever the case may be. But, like I said, it's real, man. And I just want to, send my prayers up to him, his family, and like I said, anyone that became in contact with him, to go do whatever necessary things they need to do. And let's get over this. As far as, the basketball things, coming on with no fans, if this is going to be the new norm, then this might just be the new norm for a while until we can get this under control. I'm going to still, support my Cards or any way I can, but, again, Godspeed to everyone. I'm lost for words at this point now.
No.
I'm going to continue to listen to you guys, and I appreciate your show, man, keeping everybody informed.
Listen, appreciate the call. I mean, his tone, just says it all, too. Just, again, the Donovan Mitchell thing, I really do hope, like I said, not to make him, a puppet or anything, but I do hope he stays very active on social media.
Yeah.
Just so we get the vibe of, what I'm saying? Like, listen, if you feel sick as a dog, you're throwing up, what I'm saying? It's like, say, yeah, man, this morning my stomach was all messed up.
Yeah.
Just so we know.
Yeah, it's not really a prove you right thing. Like I said, man, I said this at the beginning of the show. What I'm not here for is anybody on either side that's just like, don't follow around everybody on Twitter and be like, you're not taking it serious enough. Blah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, well, that's cool. And don't be the other side that's like, oh, you aren't taking it too serious. This is nothing. Well, it's obviously something. The president said they're not letting anybody fly in and out of Europe. So, it's obviously something.
Right.
There's something going on.
Right.
Here. You know what I mean? So, this is obviously an issue. So just
yeah, be informed.
Be informed. Yeah.
Softball dad Dustin, thanks for joining us on 939. Fire away.
Well, first of all, hello. Secondly, very seldom do I call twice in a day, but I'm sad about basketball, but my feelings are so hurt because Drew ran me this morning.
You got run by Drew?
I did. I'm devastated. I'm just crawling around with my tail tucked between my legs. But the reason I called, did you know Demolition Man, part of it was filmed in Louisville?
I did not.
When there was the old Belknap building, I guess where Humana is now.
They called it Taco Bell in the movie?
No, the Belknap building. It was a huge warehouse that they imploded. And that was part of a scene in Demolition Man.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
I did not know that.
Go Cards.
Appreciate it, man.
That's
He's like, I ain't getting ran twice.
That was very informative.
Yeah.
B Hall, do we have Todd on 3? I'm trying to.
Todd on 3.
Okay, that is a good call. Okay, Todd, thanks for joining us on 939. What's on your mind?
Hey guys, I was thinking that we have really gone crazy about the coronavirus. My wife is a nurse, and she works at a nursing facility, and they check her temperature with
prepare for the lecture
temperature things every time to make sure she's all right. Why couldn't we do the same thing? We get checked when we go in the Yum Center. They check us to make sure we don't have a weapon. They, and they scan us and this and that. It would take about as long to do that with one of these portable temperature takers, to make sure that the people going into the events are all right. But, we're kind of treating this like it's the Black Plague and, shutting everything down. And I've heard about colleges that are, after spring break, that they don't want to have school and it's going to be online. I heard Kentucky's doing that. And, is it so severe that there's nothing that we can do about it? To make sure that in the gatherings that people don't have temperatures and ain't sick?
Let me ask you this, Todd. How much of this is just you want your basketball?
Well, I'm going to watch the game tonight no matter what. But the thing about it is that, when one of the things we love about basketball is the fan reaction and seeing how the fans react to the game and the way that things are going. And it seems to me people have had this plan. It's like Steve, going to WrestleMania. I mean, what if they say, okay, well, we can't have, fans there at WrestleMania because people may have this coronavirus, and, they're his trip, and the thing he's been planning for is done. I mean, there are ways you can tell if people are sick or not in order that, that you can have people around, in sporting events and WrestleMania and things like that, so you can have precautions. But it seems like we're not doing anything like that. We're just jumping right to, okay, we're going to start canceling this, that, and the other thing. And, I mean, the coronavirus is basically a flu. We had bird flu. We had swine flu. We had all these things. And at the time, we didn't have no cure or anything like that for. And, we didn't go crazy like we're going crazy now. And I don't understand it.
Todd, I appreciate the call. That was therapeutic for Todd.
Yeah,
would you agree?
Yeah. Look. This in a week and a half, 2 weeks. Just give them time on how to figure out what they're going to do. I think right now there's just a little bit of we don't quite know. The whole country is where we are.
Yeah, when you don't
talking about our sports right now, because I don't really know how I'm going to react to no gym. I mean, just let them figure it out.
Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, guys, how we doing?
Good.
Boy, calling y'all today is like sitting on the couch and talking to somebody.
It is, man.
This thing has set me all in my feels. And here's the thing about it. I was like, just suck it up and let's just do what we have to do. And then you see a healthy guy like Rudy get it, 25 years old, professional athlete, healthy is. So it lets you know that anybody can contract this at this point. And then you see a coach like Nebraska's coach last night sitting on the bench, going through all the symptoms that they're telling us to be wary of. So it's almost like they have to save us from ourselves, because all of us, people who play sports and want to play, we're not going to tell anybody we're sick if we think we're going to have to miss a game. So they almost have to save us from ourselves. I wish they would just push the March Madness back until June and then let the fans come back to the game, just let all this settle and figure out what's going on.
No, listen, I appreciate the call. June. Ouch. But I'll say this. Again, the Fred Hoiberg turned out had just a bad cold. When you say
Big Ten and AAC have now jumped on board doing just in front of no fans.
Right?
Okay. Wait a minute. So the AAC
the Big
and Big
Ten and the AAC now are doing their. They just announced that their tournaments are going to be in front of no.
But they're
fans.
still playing.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
They're still playing though.
Yeah, they're still playing.
Okay. Well, I saw like 3 texts come in. It was like Big Ten's canceled. Somebody.
I'm getting weird texts too. Hold on.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, right. Yes, of all years.
No, they are canceled. They're canceled. Big Ten and AAC tournaments are canceled. They're not even going to play the games.
Okay. Well, then that's going to happen with the ACC. Like, yeah, I mean, because nobody's going to play. If 1 or 2 cancel, then they're all
basketball lives in the AAC though. ACC.
Yeah, the ACC we don't look. We're the king. It just means more.
Yeah,
in the ACC, we're going to play.
What do you mean, Irish hoops?
Now, if they cancel,
Does this mean Archie Miller made the tournament or not?
Yes, see that. Look, Indiana is saved.
Does it save his job or not?
He's saved. He finished on a dub. Look, how about that? This is good news for a lot of people. If the Big Ten canceled their tournament, then everybody's canceled. Yeah, they're all canceled. It's over. Season's over. This is it. The season's over. Yeah.
SEC just canceled.
Okay, so they're all. Then it's going to come down the wire now. Yeah. So if the SEC just canceled, then you're just waiting on everybody to kind of come down the. Look, the ACC just tweeted 2 minutes ago, we're hooping today.
Go Come on, y'all. Let's go get one more. Just go, Louisville. Just give me one more before everything shuts down.
They're not going to.
Just give me this one.
The ACC just says, "Nah, the hell with it. We're playing.
We're playing. Like,
No, there's no way.
Y'all can do what y'all do. I'm telling you, man. My conference. Look, this is my conference.
No, that's not happening, man.
Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, so I'm actually in favor of all the canceling, and I'm maybe a little bit different than some of the people that are going to call in around the idea that I still travel for tournaments and bowl games, and we would have been doing all this stuff. I mean, I even go to high school basketball tournaments as often as possible because I love it. But I would rather give it up right now for 2 months than potentially end up like Italy, only on a much more massive scale because the size of our country. Like, I am completely okay with it to circle back around and start again next year if it means slowing this contagion down.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
And of course, Jason, I appreciate the call. Of course, that's the right answer. I mean, look, we want our sports, but I mean,
yeah, not at the cost of human life.
Sure. Don't even say it like that. That sounds so terrible. I mean, I think is what we're starting to realize is this season's over. Like, you're done.
Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to call in and compliment your show today. I listened to Diener this morning, and the show was depressing and a bust, and y'all had the funniest show today. So much information. I don't watch the news because I feel like the news is so liberal anymore, but I got so much information just about the virus and who's getting it and who's not playing basketball and who is playing basketball. Y'all done a great job today. Just wanted to pat you on your back.
I appreciate that, man, because I thought we did a terrible job.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that, man, because I'm like, dude, this sucked today. I feel like coming in and talking to Jason and them after the.
And here's the thing: I got to start off Bob's show next.
Jeez.
Oh my God!
I was blown away that you said yes.
I get them rolling, but listen, I can't sit around and do 3 Volvanos all day. But
and you know what else? The bigger story around here, everybody talking about coronavirus. They're talking about tornadoes at 4 or 5 o'clock today.
Oh man!
I mean, that should. I mean, and I'm not even making that as a joke. I'm like that. They're acting like that's a serious threat today. So it's like, be safe. I mean, yes, I know we're worried about virus and stuff, but also the weather. Get safe, man, around 4, 5, 6 o'clock.
And after Nashville, it's like, oh
right,
my God.
yeah. I mean, geez. So
well, listen, man. Listen, Jason. I needed that call that you just gave. I needed that. My goodness, Jason, because I felt like I let the city down today.
I know, yeah,
because like I said, I wasn't gonna be able to talk about anything.
Well. Plus, you knew. I mean,
it was coming. Well, yeah, we knew it was coming.
You knew, and look, I mean, yeah, we could have spent an hour and a half talking about.
Did they just say we balling?
Yeah, they said we hooping today.
Oh my God!
I mean, I do think they just cleared the floor at the ACC tournament too. So I would say they're probably.
Did they really?
They're probably. Rick Bozich said they floor cleared at the ACC tournament. So I would say that's.
I just needed one more game.
That's coming. So.
DraftKings.
So the season is the season's over. So, but
you're saying the season. Don't do that. Maybe we're just gonna take a little break before the tournament.
Yeah, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening, man.
You have so little faith.
But, if you want to gamble during this time on games that aren't happening.
This is an awesome transition.
Do I really got to do this? I can't believe I got to do this.
Just say if they play.
All right. Well, all week long you're hearing win and you're in, which means it's conference tournament time. Who's going to be representing the Big Ten in March Mania? We'll know by Sunday. Well, not now. But if you're going to, use DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. As the madness begins, DraftKings Sportsbook has great promos and odds boost happenings all week. It's no wonder the DraftKings Sportsbook is America's top-rated sports app. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code WLCL for a limited time. All new users get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook has a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Don't forget, that's code WLCL. Get your sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. So,
okay, so here's the thing. We got one last conversation. There's no way we're going to be able to diet, right?
Oh, no. I'm eating.
Yeah, I think so too, Steve.
I'm eating something just sloppy.
Y'all.
Just disgusting.
Y'all, I lied last night. I was in my feelings. I was like, yeah, I'm going to diet now. And just like, what? For what?
I know, man.
What? I'm going to just go crazy. Listen, until the tournament was supposed to be officially over, I'm just going to eat.
By the way, the Big 12 is canceling. Yes, Texter. Let's talk Syracuse. A game that's not going to happen. So how would have Louisville taken care of this? We'd have won the championship. We were getting hot.
Hold on.
We were getting hot. Louisville.